the Great Wall of China, a colossal structure winding through deserts, mountains and plains, visible from space and shrouded in legend. But how was this engineering marvel built? And why did it work? Today, we're diving deep into the history, construction and military strategy behind the Great Wall of China. This is not just about bricks and stones, it's about empires, warfare and one of the greatest engineering feats in human history. The idea of building walls for defense in China dates back over 2,500 years, during the Warring States period, from 475 to 221 BCE. Back then, China wasn't a unified nation. It was a patchwork of competing states like Qin, Zhou and Yan. Each of these states built individual walls to defend themselves from nomadic tribes like the Xiongnu in the north. These early walls were mostly made of tamped earth, quick to construct but not very durable. It wasn't until 221 BCE, when Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of a unified China, came to power, that the concept of a Great Wall was born. Qin Shi Huang is famous for unifying China, but also for his massive infrastructure projects, including the first version of the Great Wall. Rather than starting from scratch, he connected existing state walls and reinforced them, creating a defensive barrier over 3,000 miles long. This wall wasn't just a defense, it symbolized the power and reach of the new Qin Empire. But construction came at a tremendous human cost. Over 300,000 laborers, including soldiers, peasants and prisoners, were forced to work in brutal conditions. Many died from exhaustion, harsh weather or starvation. The wall became known as the longest cemetery on Earth. Let's talk construction. Over the centuries, the wall was built using whatever materials were locally available. In the western deserts, builders used sand, reeds and gravel, packed tightly in wooden frames. In the central plains, it was rammed earth, a mix of clay, sand and straw. In the mountains, especially during the Ming Dynasty, they used bricks and stone blocks, making this section of the wall much stronger. The process of rammed earth construction was fascinating. Layers of soil were poured into wooden molds, pounded down with heavy tools, then another layer was added. Repeat this hundreds of times, and you've got a wall. During the Ming Dynasty, from 1368 to 1644, the wall was rebuilt with more advanced techniques. Bricks were kiln-fired and inscribed with the names of officials responsible for their quality. The Ming Wall included watchtowers, garrison stations, signal towers and fortified passes. So, what made the Great Wall so effective? First, it wasn't just a barrier, it was a military system. Watchtowers every few hundred meters allowed for line-of-sight communication. When enemies approached, soldiers would use smoke signals, lanterns, drums or flags to relay the warning across long distances, sometimes over hundreds of miles in a single day. Fortresses and garrison towns were stationed at strategic points, allowing troops to respond quickly. In many ways, the wall was China's first line of defense, a deterrent against large-scale invasions from northern tribes like the Mongols and Manchus. While it didn't stop every invasion, it slowed enemies down, gave the Chinese army time to prepare, and funneled them into defensible choke points. The Ming Dynasty marks the golden age of the wall. After the fall of the Yuan-Mongol dynasty, the Ming rebuilt the wall on an unprecedented scale, around 5,500 miles long in total. Some of the most iconic and preserved parts of the wall, like Badaling near Beijing, were built during this time. However, even this mighty wall couldn't stop history. In 1644, the Manchu army bypassed the wall by allying with a Chinese general who opened the gates at Shanhaiguan Pass. The Manchus overthrew the Ming and established the Qing dynasty. Despite its shortcomings, the Great Wall remains a symbol of China's resilience and ingenuity. It's not a single wall, but a series of walls built over centuries, by different dynasties with different methods, but with one goal: protection. Today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting millions of visitors each year, and although it's often said the wall is visible from space, that's more myth than fact, it remains one of the most impressive structures ever built by humans. The Great Wall of China was more than a barrier. It was a bold statement of civilization versus chaos, order versus disorder. It worked not just because of its sheer size, but because of the systems and strategy behind it. From the ancient kings of the warring states to the emperors of the Ming Dynasty, the wall stood as a silent witness to China's long and turbulent history. So next time you see a photo of the wall snaking over the hills, remember, it's not just a tourist site. It's a testament to human ambition, sacrifice, and innovation.